agenda is coming to you from the Miranda House College, which, as you know from the papers, has been judged just yesterday as the best college in the country. So it's really a privilege to be here with the Miranda House girls for a fantastic debate. Now, what we're talking about today is a curious case which has come up in Hyderabad at a time when the Supreme Court has fixed May for an urgent hearing of the constitutional bench on triple talaq. Take a look at what Uma Sadhui found, a woman who's been divorced for the second time by triple talaq. Here's her story and we'll debate it and what it means for the laws in the country in just a bit. First, let's take a look.
Perhaps the first case where an arrest has happened after a triple talaq notice was in fact issued over postcard. This happened in Hyderabad. The marriage took place in fact on the 9th of March. This is the young girl who was in fact divorced after 8 days of marriage. She got this notice from her husband over a postcard in his own address. In fact, she was kept at his home in Kukatpalli area of Hyderabad, and she got married on the 9th of March. He stayed with her for a night and then in fact almost humiliated her by asking her what she would take for one night, and then he jokingly said that that was only a joke, not meant to be taken seriously. But subsequently, after sending the postcard on the 16th of March, he told her over phone also that he has given her talaq and therefore she must leave for her marital home. She has now complained to the police and they have booked cases not just under 498A, which is cruelty to women, but also under 420 for cheating, and the man has now been arrested. आपकी शादी हुई, पहले भी आपकी शादी हो चुकी थी लेकिन वो भी टूट गया, 15 दिन में ऐसे ही तलाक दे दिया गया, दूसरी बार आपके साथ ऐसा ही नाइंसाफी हुआ।
जी, दूसरी बार भी ऐसी, पहली बार किस्मत बोल के खाई बढ़ गया हम लोग, दूसरी बार भी हमेशा ऐसी खाई बढ़ गया ना, इसलिए इस्तेमाल करके फिर छोड़ देना, ये क्या कौन सी वो है, इसलिए हम लोग पुलिस स्टेशन में जाके कंप्लेंट लिखा है, उसको सज़ा दिलाना चाह रहे थे।
And while this was happening in Hyderabad, we've also heard how the UP government has also immediately started work on addressing problems of triple talaq. In their first cabinet meeting today, just before it, they've asked their minister Rita Bahuguna Joshi to speak with Muslim women to see how they can be helped. And at that time as well, from Kanpur came the case of a woman petitioning the Chief Minister to help her case because she had been sent a triple talaq notice by letter as well. So these two cases just before the constitutional bench starts hearing it. So the question we are asking is, first of all, police, this is the first time that we're seeing an arrest in triple talaq case. We've seen triple talaq by WhatsApp before, other strange means. First time we are seeing arrest. How did it happen? Well, the police says that they're using the grounds of harassment and cheating. And our panel is now divided about whether that is overreaction or not. We'll be speaking to them. First of all, I just wanted to be, the first person I want to go to is Maria Salim, who is a member of the Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan. Why do you support this kind of action by the police?
We support this action by the police, one, because it's a human rights issue. We're not looking at it as a problem because it's interfering in the faith. We're looking at it as a human rights issue. Out of the 4,700 women that we interviewed in our study, about 525 were divorced, and 349 out of those 525 had been divorced by the triple talaq method, proving hence that this is the most common method of talaq or divorce that's used by the community. So we've been asking for accountability for a very long time, about reforms in the Muslim personal law for a very long time, and therefore I think that is why we support
Kirti Singh, as a family law expert, as someone who's been fighting for the women's case in cases, why do you think this isn't such a smart move?
Well, I think that, of course, it's very unjust and unfair to the woman that she was, divorced like this unilaterally and arbitrarily in 8 days. And of course, you know that the Supreme Court and High Courts before that have held that this form of giving talaq is not really valid, and that there must be a process of arbitration, etc., before a talaq can be given. So that is there. But at this, and of course there are a couple of judgments under 498A which say that, say asking a woman to get out of the house is cruelty. But having said that, I don't know whether it's cheating. You know, it may be cheating
or harassment.
Or harassment. I suppose they mean only in terms of it being cruelty of a kind, because 498A is cruelty.
Right.
It's harassment on account of dowry or mental and physical cruelty of a kind which may drive a woman to commit suicide. I mean, so it's gross form of cruelty under 498A. So that, of course, will be seen. However, I don't know whether, I think it's a bit extreme. The woman has a right to go to the court and, right to get a declaration that this is illegal, that it's not valid, and we support that. We are ourselves.
But you're unsure about whether it will hold up or not. So I just want to go to Krishna Rao. Krishna Rao, here's a lawyer who's fought family law cases, who's unsure whether this will hold up in court. Why do you think your colleagues in the police department there decided to use that clause to arrest this man?
I was the police commissioner of Hyderabad city between 2002 and 2004. So let me look at it from the police point of view. As far as section 498A IPC is concerned, it has nothing to do with Talaq or Islam or Hinduism. It is, as the learned speaker before me said, a matter of cruelty to a married lady. So if the married lady does give a complaint that she has been subjected to cruelty, and obviously in this case, she having been told that after one night's marriage, she stands divorced, it's indeed a great cruelty. So she complained, and also she was misled, cheated, because she was made to believe that this marriage is for lifetime. It was not specifically informed that this marriage is for a very, very short period of one night. So these are the ingredients based on which the police have acted. In the absence of a complaint, they would not have been able to do anything. But since there was a complaint from this lady who is a victim, it will definitely stand judicial scrutiny of any order, provided the witness doesn't turn hostile.
Okay. So Arshad Sheikh, now we see a precedent as someone who supports the Muslim personal law stance in opposing any kind of government move. What do you say? We may see many more of such moves by the police in using this law. And as you heard, former police officers' explanation of how they used it. Does that worry you?
Yeah, I'll tell you something. First of all, I want to clarify from my side that we do not oppose the banning of triple talaq as such, in the sense that we don't say that triple talaq is good or triple talaq is the form of divorce. We also do not like triple talaq. But now the issue is that we oppose the legal intervention and trying to get into the theological debate about whether this form of divorce is correct or the other form of divorce is correct, because as BMMA also says that triple talaq is not the Quranic form of divorce. So we are also for that. But what we say is you don't intervene in that and impose your decision. And coming to this case, my question is, does she deserve that husband? I mean, if he's divorced her, it's terrible, absolutely terrible, unforgivable. But I don't know what the legal position is. Maybe Kirti ma'am can spell out what the legal position is. Okay. Shazia Ilmi, before we get Kirti Singh to just give that legal position, I wanted to ask you, do you support, because I know that your government in Uttar Pradesh is also looking at, we might hear some announcement very soon now, because the first cabinet meeting, they're going to have their briefing soon. Before that, they had meetings on that. Is this something that we're going to see much more of now?
Well, Sunetra, I will not just say it because my government or my party or the law ministry has given its recommendations on this matter. I will say it because I've been saying it for much longer than that. This contravenes the spirit of both the Constitution and Quran. The preceding speaker, who seems to speak in double tongues and does not have any clarity of thought, let me tell him that this kind of practice is cruel, regressive, against the Constitution and against Quran. We have so many women out there. It's not they are not led by BJP or Congress or BJD or RJD or SP. They are citizens of our country. They have gone because they have suffered. They have gone to the court themselves. And because the petition is in the court, there is a High Court ruling in Allahabad High Court, and now the hearing will come up in Supreme Court. Recommendations are being made. So Law Ministry has made its recommendations. I'm very proud of this government and the stand it's taken. Even if they had not taken it, I would have supported this, because triple talaq has to be banned. This is talaq-e-biddat, which is not there in Quran itself.
I know a student has a question. But before that, Maria Salim also want to say something.
Yeah. Something small about what Arshad Saab said about the woman deserving that husband or not. This has come up earlier as well in Shaira Banu's case also. Well, I'm sure she knows what she's doing when she goes to the court or when she goes to the police to say what my husband has done is wrong. If she doesn't deserve that husband, she doesn't deserve being thrown out of the house the way she's been thrown out without getting her rights also.
Important point.
That is very,
that's a really good point.